What's up, print fam? Welcome back to the print shop. Today is a very special day for two reasons. Reason number one, I launched the community membership group side of Time to Make Something. So if you visit timetomake.something.com, you can figure all that out. Thing number two, we finally got the co2 galvo running tumblers. And man, is it beautiful. Shout out to Brandt at Bearded Builds on YouTube for helping me get it done. He actually lives close by, so he came over, we played with it. I'll talk to you about the pros, the cons, the gotchas, and everything in between. It is finally working. Is it perfect? No. Could it be better? Yes. But it is better than running them on the gantry, because the gantry to run this job takes 3 minutes, and to run it on the galvo takes 38 seconds. Oh yeah. So the benefit of running it here is, one, we have this sweet jig that my nephew made for me that makes it so you can literally place it on there and it's done. Perfect placement every time, super fast. You do not have to remove the lid. You do not have to take the straw out. You do not have to put the straw back in, the lid back on. So it makes this part way easier as far as labor. Now the downside is I'm smaller. The size that I'm able to engrave is smaller. We could potentially solve that by using a different lens, which I did buy the 300 millimeter lens. I'm currently rocking the 175 millimeter. But it works. And I looked online, and most people that are engraving this style of water bottle are only doing a 2.5-inch engraving, which is what we can get very nicely. And frankly, I like it better than the 3-inch. I think it just looks better. The sizing just feels right. For now, I am going to keep the gantry because it will do all the other tumblers while I work my way up to getting more of these bad boys. I'll talk to you about the specs and where I buy them from in a minute, but let's talk about some of the other cons. One of the cons is I had to buy Lightburn for galvo. Con in the sense that I had to spend even more money, but positive in the sense that the cylinder correction works fabulously. And again, shout out to Brandt for helping me get it set up. I will link his YouTube channel down in the description. So we have a new license of Lightburn specifically for galvo lasers. Another con is we got to be more careful when we clean, because we have to make sure we don't ruin the lids. The other con is I never want to mess with this again. It's working, it's set up, which is why I want to get more of them. Now, one of the gotchas is the focal distance that I have here is way less than what I normally run. So we just kept lowering it and lowering it and lowering it until we actually got the best engraving. Originally, we were not getting good engraving on the edge. We made it smaller. Still, we're not getting a good engraving. And then we just kept dropping the focal distance down farther and farther until it finally worked. So we did go through 2 tumblers trying to get all the settings right. So you can see we engraved it on all of the sides. But we finally, this one is technically not bad because it is a perfect engraving. So overall, not many cons, mostly positives, and I'm super thrilled about it. I've got to run a job tonight, so I'll maybe include some of that video if I have time. But we'll keep the gantry for now until I can get enough set up that I can run all the different types of tumblers. I just got a quote on another galvo, so let me tell you the specs and basically where I get them. So if you want to get one, you can too, because I feel they're relatively affordable. But let's talk about it. So this CO2 laser is a 30-watt air-cooled laser. So the laser is all up here, and it has a bunch of fans. So when you turn on, it gets super loud. Because of that, it does allow you to run it at 100% because it's just better than glass tubes. I have a 6X beam expander, and I have the 20 millimeter head so that I can have a finer dot resolution. So you can see down here, like, those are tiny letters that look really sharp. So it works really well. So again, 30 watt, air cooled, with a 6X beam expander, which is that guy right there, and then the 20 millimeter head. The ones I'm looking at are basically the same thing. I should say it's a 175 millimeter lens. Looking at the same thing except a 60 watt instead of a 30 watt. So one, I have a little more headroom because we're running it at 100% power, which I could probably tweak the settings to get it a little different, but I want 60 watts. I'm probably going to do a 225 lens, still with the 6X beam expander, still with the 20 millimeter head. So I just got a quote from it from Garrett. If you want to get your own quote, reach out to him. His information is in the description. You can talk to him on WhatsApp, or wait, is that what I use? Yeah, I use WhatsApp. Or you can email him, and then we always do the transactions through Alibaba, which gives you the trade protection. But I have purchased 4 lasers from him and have been very happy. About to get number 5. I did think of one of the downsides. If I don't have the gantry anymore, which I'm working towards not having, it will make it harder if people bring me tumblers to do, because the gantry is really simple to set up non-ordinary tumblers, because you can adjust it super fast, super easy, versus me having my nephew make templates and jigs makes it a little more difficult. We'll see. I really would like to get rid of it, but again, time will tell. If you do want to pick up the template, we'll probably sell them as either printed files or as the 3D printable file if you have your own printer. So we'll probably list those on timetomake.something.com. If you have specific questions or want me to go into more detail about something, leave that down in the comments. Make sure you check out the new community at timetomake.something.com. Garen's information from where I buy these will be in the description. And as always, print fam, we'll see you in the next one.